We have a lot of rogues. We have the Merfolk Windrobber, Thieves Guild Enforcer, Soaring Thought-Thief package, and turns out Marchesa also a rogue, along with Tinybones. So a couple new additions that we're trying out in the rogue package. Splashing red for Marchesa also lets you play the best card in the format, Fable the Mirror Breaker. Hey everybody, Doomwake here, and welcome back to some more OTJ Pioneer. Today, the card that we are going to be building around is Marchesa, Dealer of Death, and turns out that creature type pretty relevant for this one. So this was a donation deck, believe it or not, that came from Twitch user Sir Eccles, so big shout out to Sir Eccles. Sir Eccles has sent me quite a few donation decks over the years that I've been streaming, and I would say at least 90% of them have Soaring Thought-Thief in them, so, you know, to give you an idea of just the type of decks that Sir Eccles likes to play. But this one is a Rogues deck list utilizing the Rogues package of Soaring Thought-Thief and Thieves Guild Enforcer along with Merfolk Windrobber. And what that whole package does is a couple of things. So it gives you some early pressure, right? The Windrobber has flying, the Thought-Thief has flying, and then also those cards get to mill your opponent. So you're putting cards into their graveyard. You're kind of utilizing that aspect of putting cards into their graveyard to help sort of fulfill or fuel the rogues themselves. That's kind of the idea. And also, what's really cool about milling your opponent a bunch, lets you play Drown in the Loch. And Drown is one of the more powerful, versatile, interactive pieces that has been printed in quite some time, but there's just not a lot of decks that can utilize it, because if you're playing against an opponent who isn't putting cards in the graveyard, then you just kind of have a dead card in your hand. So you really have to pair it alongside ways to mill your opponent, and this deck is doing a very good job of that. Merfolk Windrobber, again, mills them when it hits them, and then you can sack it to draw a card if they have 8 or more cards in their graveyard. Enforcer, when it or another rogue ATBs, they mill 2, and then if they have 8 or more cards in the graveyard, the Enforcer gets +2/+1 and Death Touch. And then Thought-Thief, this is kind of the lord of the archetype. Flash flying 1/3. If they have 8 or more cards, all of your rogues get +1/+0, and whenever one or more rogues you control attacks, each opponent mills 2 cards. So that's kind of the rogue core. We also have a new rogue, Marchesa, Dealer of Death, and this is, at least part of the reason why we're splashing red, but Marchesa is a card, it's a 3/4 for 3, so reasonably statted, and whenever you commit a crime, you can pay a colorless. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library, you put one into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Now, one thing that is interesting to mention, and I thought this was the way that it worked, but unfortunately, the rogues do not target player to mill. So this is that player mills a card, each opponent mills 2, each opponent mills 2. So unfortunate that we don't get the synergy there, but we have plenty of removal spells to be able to trigger Marchesa, right? We have 3 Fatal Push, 3 Thoughtseize, the aforementioned 4 Drown in the Loch, and then 2 copies of 3 Steps Ahead, which is a new counter spell from OTJ. Very versatile card, gives you some cryptic command vibes. You can counter a spell, you can make a token that's a copy of an artifact or creature you control. Pretty powerful with a flip Fable, if you ask me. Or even just copying another Thieves Guild Enforcer to make your opponent mill some more cards. And funny enough, the mill aspect of this deck actually does come up quite a bit. You kind of wouldn't think that, because usually you would just, if you have enough rogues in play, you're probably going to attack your opponent to death before they mill out. But in a matchup like Arclight Phoenix, where they're drawing discard and milling a bunch of their own cards, and they have a lot of removal, that's kind of how the games tend to end up against Phoenix specifically. So after all of that, we have one other new card that I wanted to mention here that we didn't quite get to go over here. Tinybones, the Pickpocket, another rogue. That it is a rogue, so you want to get more of the creature type in there. But this card is, again, very powerful when you're milling your opponent a bunch, right? You have the Windrobber, Thieves Guild Enforcer, Thought-Thief. You're going to be milling them very frequently, and you're going to be putting cards in their graveyard to cast off of the Tinybones, on top of the fact that you have ways to get it through. All the removal with Fatal Push, Drown, so you're going to be able to clear blockers pretty consistently. Rounding out the deck list, we have a couple of Bankbusters, just as sort of another card advantage mechanism, good against the control and other mid-range decks, and a couple of Spell Pierces. Just more 1-drops and more ways to commit crimes for Marchesa. Mana base, pretty straightforward. Bunch of fast lands, a couple of Mana Confluences, Otawara, and a couple of shock lands. The sideboard is where it gets a little interesting. So our deck is capable of companioning Jegantha, but you'll notice we have 4 copies of a double black card in the sideboard. That is because the aggressive matchups for this deck are bad enough to where you are willing to sacrifice Jegantha in those post-board games. And to be honest with you, Jegantha probably doesn't come up that much against the mono red deck anyways. Like, are you really going to have time to both buy and cast Jegantha against mono red? Most of the time, probably not. So the fact that this is just a massive, giant lifelinker, relatively hard to kill, and you can protect it with your spell pierces and whatnot. So I do think that makes a lot of sense to sideboard into that. And then the rest of the sideboard, rounding out the spell pierces against control, a couple of blot outs for vampires. Important that this exiles, and it always gets their biggest creature, which will certainly be the Vein Ripper. Hearse for Phoenix, and then the additional fourth Fatal Push, fourth copy of Thoughtseize, and one Bitter Triumph to be able to kill just bigger things, Shieldred, Vein Ripper, stuff like that. So that's pretty much it for the deck list. Hope you guys enjoyed this little intro, and I really think you guys are going to enjoy these games because they were extremely fun, and I hope that you guys enjoy. So without further ado, I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. All right, starting off with a bit of a keeper. A lot of Windrobbers. Mucho Windrobbers. So much Windrobbing. A little vampire action, perhaps. Kind of just want to main phase this. I know it looks a little weird, but I want to get the trigger to get this online a little bit faster. Mill the Ripper. It's got to be a good sign. Strangled Angles. Thank you for the 8-month resub. Welcome back. Hope we're doing well today. Blood Tithe Harvester. Give me a land, please. Okay, I'll take that. I have to hold up this in case they have Sorin. We're almost online. They can kill the Windrobber, but whatever, we get replacements. Not a huge deal. I just can't afford to not hold up Drown this turn. Now land would be nice, so we can go Windrobber, hold up Drown, if they don't play into it this turn. Or I could also just hold up 3 steps ahead. Could be something too. Question is, if they play something that's not Sorin, do I counter it? Probably. They can kill the Soaring Thought-Thief if I let this go. I think I probably do counter this. Actually, if I'm going to cast this, it's probably just better to kill this. Because they're likely going to sacrifice this to target this anyways. So it's just the same thing if I just do it this way. It's like the same play, but it just, gives them less options. Yeah, there's the land. Is it better to counter because of the token? Well, if I counter, then they get to kill this. Maybe that's worth it, though, because they do get the token to be able to kill the Thought Thief next turn. It's kind of close. It's very close, I think. You might be right about that. See, I don't think they're attacking there. I think they're going to sack to kill something. Almost certainly. Okay, now we get to go Thoughtseize, take Preacher, play Robber. And they're going to sack this to kill this, which does significantly decrease our clock. But their hand's not very good now, so we might have time. Yeah, figured that was going to happen. Classic. Love that Thoughtseize bug. Is that 3 Sorins down? 2. Do I sack the Windrobber this turn? I think probably, yeah. The land's so bad. Am I sacking the other one? No. I don't think I'm supposed to. What am I going to play in Standard? Still have not decided yet. I mean, we played a bunch of decks on Monday and Tuesday. Not going to make a final decision for a little bit, but I think I'm leaning towards Golgari midrange right now. Some version of that. Whether it has Free Strider Lookout or whether it doesn't, not sure yet, but some version of Golgari I think is what I'm leaning towards right now. Discarded a Ripper. Okay. Land me? Should have specified. Well, I guess we attack. Unfortunate that 3 steps ahead needs double blue to be able to counter, so we have to draw a blue source next turn. Are you playing Elsecuse? Yikes. This is Grixis Rogues, yes. But yeah, right now I'm thinking about playing Golgari mid. It's the deck that I think I like the most of the decks we've played so far. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. Guess we attack with the Enforcer, but they probably just trade the Bankbuster for it. I did. I played the Jund Analyst deck. That was kind of the first deck that we played. It was fine, but I'm not sure that I like it more than Temur is the issue. I think it's a lot weaker to sideboard cards. It's more explosive for sure, because like Pitiless Carnage can just let you, like it's more of a combo deck than Temur is, but I think without Deluge, it's a little bit weaker to the sideboard cards, and that's, I think, something that's, would at least make me think not playing it. But it's good for sure. But if I was going to play Analyst, it would probably be Temur. No, the Bronco combo deck that we played, those decks just don't feel... You don't need to play the combo. Bronco is just a really good card, and you could just put Bronco in your mid-range deck, which is what we did, and I think that's a better approach. Mastermind in this deck? I don't know if it's better than playing Windrobber, because like you just want more cheap cards. You just want your curve to be a little bit better, and it's certainly not better than Soaring Thought-Thief. Yeah, the black removal is good, and you get to play Duress for the Analyst mirrors. So getting to play Duress in those mirrors is nice. If I played the Dross combo deck, Dross and the Enchantment, I played it a little bit, like a long time ago, but we haven't played it since then. It's been a while. This is kind of weird. I mean, I guess we can just look for a Fatal Push. Give me a Fatal Push, please. And I guess that kind of works next turn. But we have no attacks this turn, and the problem is they're probably going to draw land to cast Vein Ripper, so... I mean, are they, though? Because they can just cast Vein Ripper and start making me chump block, and every time I chump block, I take 4 damage. So this goes to 2. They attack with this, I block. They go Land Ripper, this is on 2 counters, then it goes to 1. I guess they only get 1 combat step with both of them. That is true. Yeah. And I can always Otawara the Ripper, too. I can go, like, Otawara, Ripper, sack, Marchesa, chump block the Archfiend or something. This game might still be winnable. They actually discard the Ripper, okay. Wait, they had the land, but they also discarded the Ripper. That's strange. I'm gonna push Marchesa. Sure, that's fine. Well, they discarded 1 Ripper earlier. They discarded a Ripper earlier to a Blood token. So we only knew about 1 other Ripper. So we go to 10 here, and they have to kill us next turn. That's a blocker. Okay, that can kill one of my blockers. It's a little sketchy. I could Otawara to bounce the Harvester. Headline loses to Fatal Push, or any other removal spell. How many pushes have they gone through? 1. They've only gone through 2 pushes. Alright, what are our options here? We can Otawara the Blood Tithe and die to any removal spell. I can cast Fable and be dead on board. I mean, I think the line is just Otawara the Harvester and pass. We bounce this so they can't kill it. This goes to 1 counter. We chump block, draw, take 4, go to 6. I don't see a different line. Like I said, if I cast the Fable, I'm just dead on board. And I have to bounce the Harvester before they can sack it. Otawara in their upkeep. Why does it matter between upkeep and... Oh, I guess it matters upkeep because of the Blood token. I'm just letting them use their mana on their end step. Yeah. Okay, I guess you're right. Because now they know they have to discard the Harvester. Okay. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because, like, they have enough mana either way. All they need to do is draw a removal spell. Okay, they still have the Harvester in hand because they discarded Archfiend. This would be a crazy game to win. No push, no push, no push, no push. Hold. Hold, please. Okay, that doesn't do it. No shot, right? There's no way. They're looking. They didn't find push. Hold. 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 I'm going to block. I would like to declare a block, please. May I declare a block? Too good, man. Too good. That was a crazy game. Whew. Nice game to start off with. Alright, vampires, huh? Alright, blot me. Would have been funny if they attacked and then pushed. Yeah, true. True, true, true. I don't think I want the Nighthawks. Hearth's not good. Pierce is good against Sorin and Fable. I kind of don't love the 3 steps ahead. And trim like a Windrobber and 2 Windrobbers. All right, we'll try this. That was a sick game. All right, Jeff me. Jeff me. Sounds good. It has no interaction, but it has good creatures. Do we? What do we do on 1 here? Do we Enforcer or do we Tinybones? Bones is higher upside. All right, well, maybe I wanted the choice. They took my Soaring Thought-Thief. All right. I would like to pick your pocket, please. Pick the pocket. All right, push me. Give me a push. Push, push, push. Nope. No such luck. I might as well force the... Well, they might not block. If they don't block, I can Thieves Guild before damage. Pull the Black-White Convocate card from Big. Should I sell or wait? The Black-White Convocate card. Oh, Pest Control? I have no idea. This stream is not a this is not a financial advice stream. I do not know. Red Source for Marchesa would be nice. Now I draw the push, of course. Now I draw the push. I also can't double spell here, which kind of sucks. So I'm just going to main phase the Thought-Thief to get the trigger out of it. 2 cards in hand. You thought Doomwig was a finance guy? He has a beard. Is that the only requirement of being a finance guy? Was just having a single beard? I mean, I used to be a finance guy when I worked at a banking institution, but I didn't really have much of a beard when I worked at the bank. You know, I guess I didn't really give off the persona that I worked at a banking institution previously. Well, no, I used to be a finance guy. There's a big difference there. Used to and current are 2 different tenses, you know. Not quite the same thing. But I could, oh boy, when I worked at the bank, if you wanted to take out a car loan, I could get you a good deal. I'm just gonna say that. Not anymore though. My dude was a 3/3. Oh shit, I didn't see that they grew it. I wasn't paying attention. I was definitely not paying attention there. Yeah, you're right. I should have blocked. Should I put all my money in Modern? You know the answer to that question. Should I buy Hasbro options? No comment, alright? No comment. Absolutely no comment. Alright, keep... Gotta try them. You're gonna have to delete this VOD if you ever get into a rat beef. What if I get into a rat beef with Drake? Drake could probably use that against me. It is because I hate flying creatures, yes. Specifically Grief. It's my least favorite flying creature. You bought 100 Blast Furnace Hellkites thinking Commander players would send Big Dragon to the moon. I don't even know what Blast Furnace Hellkite does. What is this main deck? This is game 1.
Bruh.
This is game 1. Sand Joker. Do you know that, like... You know this is game 1, right? 7RR, 5/5, Artifact Offering, Flying Double Strike. Creatures attacking your opponents have Double Strike. I don't know what that is. Yeah, they must have forgot to sideboard. They lost to Lotus Field 1 too many times. They're like, you know what? This league, it's not happening today, folks. It's not happening today. No chance I'm going to lose to Lotus Field. All right, I'm going to try to find the other spec, because there was one that I was looking for that I couldn't find. Dude, I have so much random shit. I don't want to tell you what card it is. I want to keep the suspense, you know? Show me the other 13 copies of Earthbind? No. It is another old card, though, I will tell you that. My hand's pretty good. I kind of don't want to loot. Discard push, maybe? I don't know what they're up to, though. I don't want to keep the push. It's not Flying Man. Why is there smoke in the camera? I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not quite sure I understand what you mean by that. Could have discarded the land, maybe? 4 cards in hand. No, it's not Old Man of the Sea. I don't know if the card's reserve list or not. I don't think it's reserve list. Well, hold on, let me look it up. I'll tell you if it's reserve list or not. You can try to keep guessing it. It is not reserve list. Oh, because they reprinted it in the list? Oh, well, that's why it's worthless. Yeah, well, I mean, that's never going to pay off. 0 chance I get money back from that. Absolutely no chance. did they put that card on the list? What the hell? The list just scams me every single time. Give us the set card. I feel like if I give you the set card, it's going to give it away, because it's kind of a small set. I'll tell you that it's in... I'll tell you the block. It's in Mask's block. How's that? Even Interrupter. No, Daze was not on the list. It's a card that I spec bought. Chat's trying to guess it. Not going to counter that. It's a card that is not on the reserve list and was reprinted in the list. Nope, not Misdirection. I don't think Misdirection's on the list. You just made the list. Oh, is Daze on the list? Oh, I didn't know that. It's not Horn of Ramos. Kind of just want to pass here. Nobody's got it yet. Nope, not Squee. Definitely not Karen Liberated. Searing Wind, no. Latula, no. Magetta, no. Mesa Falcon, no. Nobody's gotten it yet. I have a stack of like 30 of them somewhere, but I don't know where they are. Not Belby's Portal. Not Stronghold Mechanist. It's a black card. No, it's not Sarpedian Empires Volume 7. Not Snuff Out. What do you mean by block? No, it's a black card. The card is black. Nope, nobody's gotten it yet. I could tell you another hint, but it's just going to give it away on the spot. No, Fatal Push is not for Mercadian Masks. All right, I'll tell you that I bought them. The card in question I purchased after Thassa's Oracle came out. Has it been given away yet? If that doesn't give it away, I don't know what will. Demonic Consultation is not the card in question. However, it is very close to the card in question. No, it's from Mercadian Masks block. Tainted Pact is not from Masks block. Gremlin got it, yes. Divining Witch. Which is, for those of you who don't know, Divining Witch is just Demonic Consultation on a creature. I bought like 30 copies when Oracle got printed. You're a genius. Yeah, it only took 15 hints. Am I just milling them out? Is that the plan this game? I don't know what to do. I could make a copy of Reflection. It'd be kind of nice. Where are we going with our lives? Play Tinybones? I really don't want to... Well, I guess I can play Tinybones and hold up Reflection copy. It's a weird list printing. It is, yeah. Actually, wait, this was dumb. I should have copied the Enforcer first, right? Why did I not copy the Enforcer first? Now I can't. Yeah, now they can just kill my Enforcer. I guess they would have to kill the copy. But I could have milled them for an additional 6 cards, right? Although, again, it's not clear if I'm milling them or if I'm just attacking them with damage this game. Copy of Ref. Yeah, but that kind of plays into them having a counterspell, so I didn't, like, want to do that. But it might not be the worst idea. I could do it on their end step, maybe. Also, if I try to make a copy of Reflection and they kill it in response, it's kind of bad. And I kind of want them to play a spell pre-combat into my Drown, you know? Okay, they're just not attacking. All right, let's untap. That's actually pretty good. Because we can hold up Reflection copy. I know I can't cast either of these, but I don't think that matters that much. I'm gonna quell this. Yeah, I just, like, don't care. I'm just gonna pass. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I can try to mill them out, right? At some point. Copy the Token Maker to get the mana for 3 steps. Copy this. If I copy anything, it's going to be Reflection, right? Because then I just have the Reflection loop. Go to 14, that's fine. They really just don't want to cast a spell, huh? Alright, well, I'm going to force them to cast a spell. I am going to make a copy of my Reflection. I will force you to cast a spell. Because they can't let this resolve. They can't just pay, right? Because they can't play another spell. Yeah, I'm done to pay. Just hold up my mana. I think my plan now might be to mill them out. We actually kind of just have them locked, right? Because we're going to go end step, make a bunch of Reflections, and hold up Drown the whole time, and then we just untap and mill them out with this. Yeah, so I think they might just... And if they cast a spell, we just counter and they can't play a second spell. You would have gotten got by Spell Stutter. If only that were legal in the format. They conceded. I wanted to mill them out, man. Come on. Alright, so it's like Spirits, but with Fairy Mastermind and main deck Silence. Phantom Interference. So this is more of a Flash deck than a Spirits deck, right? But they just have Phantom because they have enough Spirits. How good is Nighthawk Scavenger against them? It does block well, but it also doesn't play that well into Spell Queller or Aven Interrupter. Yeah, it's like they took the Flash deck and the Spirits deck and they kind of shuffled them together. I just, you know, chose 60 cards. Could bring in Jegantha. Yeah. More of just like building around Aven Interrupter than anything else. They could be playing, yeah, they could be doing like Archon Drannith stuff, similar to what we did with the Boros deck, but just in a blue-white shell. Yeah, that was game one. All right, I think I want cheap cards. Cheap cards seem good. Expensive cards, not so good. It's kind of my general philosophy in matchups like this. Just want to have a lower curve. The Boros deck was sick. We had a couple nice YouTube videos from that. I think I'm just going to try this. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Don't get too fancy. For folks who weren't here earlier, we talked about this, like, completely insane take from the one and only Andre Mengucci. I would recommend them not doing this. I would appreciate if they did not do this. Just gonna throw that out there. It's gonna be a no from me, dog. I thought it was funny. How do they beat Nighthawk? They simply cast Aven Interrupter or Spell Queller. It's just like, I don't know, 3-mana sorcery, kind of hard to resolve. You could say the same thing about Fable, but I think Fable's higher upside. Maybe it's better than Marchesa. I could buy that. Perhaps I should not have kept this hand. Okay, a lot of flashcards. Yeah, perhaps Nighthawk is better than Marchesa. I could buy that. Mikey, thank you for the $5 donation for this song request that is now in the queue. I guess taking their 2-mana counterspell was dumb when they just have another 2-mana counterspell. Have I heard this banger? I've heard the band, but not the song. Days into Modern force everyone to play blue. People will just play blue-black scam. Yeah, what happens when the two flash decks play against each other? Everything just resolves, I guess? How much is this thing to make a token? 4 mana? It's so expensive. So expensive. You want to counter my Merfolk Windrobber? Now the question is, do I upkeep the Enforcers? I think the answer is no. If they draw land for Queller, fine. It's not a big deal. They did draw land for Queller. So their hand is Interference, Queller, Double Tidebinder. I cast Thieves Guild Enforcer. You're going to Tidebinder this. Okay, I have a response. So we mill them for 6, which on attack deck will turn on the Enforcers. Or the stuff. So this is going to make this a 2-1, right? So I can attack with everything. I could trade here, but that's fine. Yeah, they don't really have good blocks. I mean, they probably have to trade for the 4-2, but then I just unlock the other Enforcer, and then slam Fable. How many fairies do you need to play for Spell Stutter to be playable? That currently has 4 other cards. I'm assuming when you say 4 other cards, you mean 4 other fairies. I don't know the exact number. Probably like 10 to 12, maybe. 10 to 12, including the Spell Stutters. I am playing an RCQ this weekend. I still haven't decided what deck I'm playing. Right now, I have Boros Wizards and Izzet Phoenix sleeved up, and I'm also going to try the Profs deck again tomorrow to see how that feels. I don't know if I should play the Profs deck, but it is cool. If the testing with Profs doesn't go well tomorrow, either Boros Wizards or Phoenix, and I don't know which one. I'm torn between the two, honestly. I think if I'm trying to win, I should play Phoenix. I think Phoenix is, objectively the better deck. It's fine. Yeah, Boros Wizards, the white splash is for, in the main deck, there's Lightning Helix and Boros Charm, and then the sideboard, there's Showdown and Get Lost. I'm actually going to discard the Tinybones. I'm keeping the Bankbuster, of course. This can only counter instant or sorcery, right? Alright. I mean, they're just dead, right? I wanted to map onto the Windrobber to see if I actually care about the Wanderer, but it turns out I don't, because, no, I have a 3-2 flyer. I thought you didn't enjoy playing Phoenix when you tried to end the challenge. The only thing I didn't like about Phoenix was the mirror match. Everything else felt fine. Phoenix is obviously an extremely good deck, This song is kind of a jammer. I'll think about it, Mikey. But we've also been listening to different playlists. So the playlist that I'm currently listening to is not even, I can't add songs to it because it's not my playlist, it's somebody else's. It's just like a radio station. They're off it. 2020, easy clap. Karuga the Macro Sage. We have a Quintorious jump scare. I repeat, Quintorious jump scare. How is it versus blue-white? Probably even. Maybe not favored, but probably even. Marchesa? Yeah, Marchesa is nice. We haven't gotten an opportunity to cast it yet. But it is a really sweet card. Found Waste Not to be tough. They do have main deck Go Blank, and I think that is why a lot of people think the Waste Not deck is favored against Phoenix. Like, Waste Not, you know, Go Blank is very good against Phoenix. I'm not going to disagree with that. I also want to take their ramp spell, because I have the counter spell for Quintorious. I can't counter their ramp spell, even if I wanted to. Bedeck or Bedazzle? Chat, are you a Bedecker or a Bedazzler? Wrong answers only. Gonna need a land next turn, though. I have been going to the gym, so I appreciate you noticing that, Crid Bros. I have been going to the gym. Hitting the gym, as the kids say. Yeah. Man, what if I just, like... The shitty thing about casting Fable is they're going to get to use their mana, but I think that's fine. Because I can get the push out of my hand at that point. Well, thanks, Crid Bros. I'm glad somebody in chat notices. They have discard spells in their deck. What deck? Their deck? I'm not sure which one you're talking about, Ruben. The Dilla. The Dilla. Any Dillers? Are we discarding anything else? I don't know. Could discard Thought-Thief, maybe? Well, they probably haven't... What that leads me to believe is they probably haven't drawn a land, and that's why they don't want to discard the Boseiju, because they just need 5 mana to get to Quint. I think it's just the Fatal Push. If they kill the Shaman, we can double spell this turn, because that means they can't Quint next turn. And it looks like they are casting the Bedeck. Alright, Fable token down. I could counter that, but there's just not a lot of reason to. Let me go Tinybones, pass. We can cast their Dilla. I would like 1 Dilla, please. Thought they had discard spells. Is there even a split discard spell? I don't think there is. To the best of my knowledge, I don't think there is. The only discard spell that they sometimes play is the 6 mana one. The one that's like get everything. But I don't think they play other discard spells. I think we gotta let this go. Yeah, because we know they have land Quint. We have to let this go. Yeah, Thought Distortion in the sideboard. Kind of sucks to lose the Thought-Thief, but I can't fight over that, knowing they have land Quint in hand. I target your Dilla. Don't at me, but Tinybones should cast for free. Just saying. Just let me cast anything for free. I mean, I would love to be able to cast their Quintorious if I had more lands. Okay, Enforcer, weirdly a good draw here, because it turns on my next Drown. Or it turns on the Drown, which is important. Yeah, anything for free. I'm still going to target your Dilla. Still going to target the Dilla. Alright, we don't know any of their last 2 cards. Kind of hope they just go for another combo. Then we can go Enforcer, Drown. I don't think I fight over that, do I? No, there's almost no way I fight over that. Red, white, black. What is this? Oh, Karuga? Sure. That is fine. Okay, this is going to look weird, but I'm going to Legend Rule just so I can get my Enforcer online, which I guess I could have just done by copying the Enforcer. Perhaps that was better. 3, 6, 7, they go to 10. I can't quite kill them next turn, even if I copy the Enforcer, but maybe it's better to copy now and just deal them 7. That probably is. So we deal them 7, hold up Drown, they go to 10. How do we kill them next turn? I don't know. Also, the question is, do we counter the Karuga? Yeah, well, I'm definitely countering this. Karuga, I'm not sure I would have fought over, but I will fight over this. And that's not happening. That is absolutely not happening. What's nice about this is maybe we just mill enough of their combo pieces that they just can't combo us. Like, right, if we mill enough clones, maybe they can't actually kill us. I'm just going to do this, right? Yeah, we milled a Quint and a clone, so they literally might not be able to kill us. Is there anything I can cast? No. Alright, your turn. This matchup seems good for our tempo deck. Yeah, what's also nice about this is because we just incidentally mill so many cards, like, the Quint deck is powerful, but it requires you to have a very specific number of specific cards still in your deck. Like, for example, we've milled 3 Carnosaurs and 2 clones and 2 Quints. Like, they might not be able to physically kill us the turn that they do their thing, you know? which is very, very important. They're also now just dead if they don't have binding. I shouldn't have 6. Forgot I had the Triome. All right, they scooped anyways. Yeah, also an issue if you draw too many combo pieces. Okay, so Thoughtseize me, Spell Pierce me, Blot Out, Bitter Triumph, push out. I have to cut 3 more cards. Bankbuster, maybe? Actually, what if I just cut Marchesa? Marchesa seems a little too slow against them. I kind of like that. Yeah, I like this a lot better. Bankbuster is not great, but I think it pressures them a little bit better. No, I want to keep all the cheap rogues, because I just want as many Thieves Guild triggers as I can get my hands on. Because milling, again, as I said earlier, milling them is so important that I want to keep all the cheap rogues. Even though Tinybones doesn't do that much against them, just having more curve considerations. Fable's a hell of a drug, let me tell you that. Even if you chose not to play Marchesa, just splashing for Fable seems like it is worth it. Just like Fable copying Thieves Guild Enforcer has come up a couple of times, just milling them out. You like end step copy, mill 6, untap copy, mill 9, play 2 rogues, mill 18 more. Like, it's really sick. This hand's absurd. We call this in the business the stones. Well, now I don't know what to do. Kind of want to hold the Thoughtseize for turn 3. How did the blue-black Vamps do on Wednesday? It'll probably be on the YouTube, yeah. Almost certainly. Do I think they'll ever ban Fable? No, I don't think so. So now we have to decide if you want to play Thought-Thief or go Pierce Thoughtseize. I think I'm just going to play the Thought-Thief. But maybe I should have main phased the Thought-Thief, actually. It's a little bit weaker into Bedeck Bedazzle, but, like, if they try to kill my Enforcer, I'm not going to counter it anyways. Yeah, the problem with this hand is I have too many options. That's the biggest issue. And it is a conversation that a lot of people talk about. Like, you know, banning Fable or whatnot. Don't let that go. But yeah, I don't know. I just, personally, I don't think... I'm not trying to say that Fable's a bad card, because it's obviously not a bad card. But I think that it is... It's the best way to describe it. I don't know, I just think it's in a good spot, you know? I don't think it's overbearing. I don't think it's, like, insanely overpowered. Can never defeat that card in a million years. Just a good card, you know? But, again, not overpowered. Think it's totally fine for the format, for the pace of the format, how fast it is. It's not doing anything degenerate. Just a good card. Yeah, it's good but fair. That's my exact stance on it, too. Like, you can't really have a conversation about banning Fable without talking about Lotus Field and Amalia, like all these degenerate combo decks. Like, Fable's the good guy if you think about it. What's their hand again? What land did they play? They played Forest. So they have Binding Double Plains. How do I get punished if I drown this? 8, 11. I actually don't think it's possible. Yeah, I don't think it's possible for me to get punished if I drown this. The Revealed Plains is in play. Oh, sure. So they have double binding 1 unknown. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? If I counter this, worst case scenario, there are 2 draw steps where untapped red source Carnosaur. Even if they Carnosaur and, like, put 7 of them in play, I can eventually pierce their Quintorious. They're going to be taking 11 damage this turn, going to 5, and even if they have 7 dinosaurs in play, they're still dead in the air, right? So, like, I actually don't think it's possible for me to get punished by countering this. Because we have the Pierce. But maybe there's something that I'm not thinking about. I don't know. What do you think about a Grixis deck with Marchesa and the Archfiend Alteration combo? What exactly does Marchesa do for that deck specifically? I guess it's just more grindy, like more grind elements. Yeah, they only have 1 Quint left, too, which is pretty important. I don't think that deck is looking for more grindy 3-mana card, like 3-mana card advantage cards is the issue. You already have Fable. I don't know if you need more of that kind of stuff. So they can have Dillo to go to 8. Yeah, if they have Dillo, they can survive. They do have the Dillo. I mean, can I realistically lose this game? I don't think so, right? 07. 07. Oh, did that chatter get timed out? 07s. 07s, chat. See you next time. They can Karuga all they want. I don't even care. I have 2 lethal flyers. The Karuga just doesn't matter. 200 seconds. Godspeed. Godspeed. Dramoka gets there. You be quiet. Don't speak that into existence. Stop. He ate a glint because he spoke the truth. Sometimes. Sometimes. Alright, 3060 chat. Ari Zax, known Neoform apologist. Alright. Ari Zax has been a big Phoenix gamer as of late. So perhaps we will get to see how our Phoenix matchup is. This hand's not the most impressive, but I am going to keep it. Alright, Phoenix confirmed. It's a lot of fast lands. How is our Phoenix matchup? I feel like it's got to be close. I mean, the plan is to mill them outright. Do I enjoy Chatterino better? I do, yeah. I definitely do. Kept the one-lander, huh? I guess I will take one of the Shredders. Oh. Okay, well. I guess he just didn't want to play, huh? Nice keep. Yeah, Phoenix matchup confirmed good. You would have taken Axe there. I wanted to take one of the Shredders and just push the other one. Alright, what do we sideboard in the Phoenix matchup, besides Hearse, of course? Do we want anything else? Kind of want to cut Tinybones. I think Tinybones not very good against them. Pierce? Could play Pierce. I'm not a huge fan of 3 steps ahead. We could cut these and play, like, 1 Pierce, 4th copy of Push. I kind of like the 4th push of just being able to answer Shredder for cheap. Could also do cut the 3rd Marchesa for the 4th push. Or 4th Thoughtseize, I guess. But then I'm a little bit later on win conditions. I mean, it was good just as a generic counterspell against Quintorious. But I've not been the most impressed with it yet. I feel like it's just too clunky. Sand seems fine. Kind of wish I wish I had a Fatal Push for a Shredder. But I'm not going to mull this. What's up, Snake Eyes? Alright, 1-drop spotted. I have located a 1-mana creature. We've played some weird matchups. We played against, like, Blue-White Flash, Quintorious. I don't know. There have been some weird matchups. That's really scary. That's exceptionally scary. Because we don't have a push. I'm in danger. I'm in danger. Yeah, mostly Cruise. Sometimes Trespass, but I guess Picklock Prankster too. If you have it up on turn 1, like you're on the draw, they hold up 2 mana, you just go land go, or, you know, you pass, they play the Picklock, and then you pierce them. It has some spots of being good. Ugh. If they have Pierce, I'm kind of screwed, but I don't know if I can afford to not play into it. I'm just going to fall too far behind if I don't play spells. Okay. Put a card on bottom. Well, I guess we're dead, huh? I guess we are dead. Gonna bring in that 4th push for game 3. I guess I could have played Marchesa, yeah. But Marchesa just gets axed. Either way, it's like, you know, you can make an argument either way. It's just flipping a coin, right? But perhaps the Fatal Push was, or perhaps the Spell Pierce is more backbreaking than them having a Lightning Axe. Let's go to game 3. Let's go to game 3. Alright, I kind of don't like the Pierces in the play. I like them on the draw, but not on the play. We could do 4th copy of Thoughtseize, more removal. Could play 1 Pierce, I guess. I think they're more important on the draw to be able to hit Picklock Prankster, but when you're on the play, you just want to be like curving out and stuff. You don't want to be holding up Pierce in those spots. It doesn't, at least Marchesa also doesn't die to Fiery Impulse. Which is why I think I don't like that. Snapping this one off. Yeah, I mean, perhaps I should have held it up. I don't think it would have mattered. I think I was losing that game regardless. I'm actually not going to go for the Hearse here. I probably was supposed to play the Sanders Lounge, but I'm not going to go for the Hearse. I think it's very obvious they have Pierce. I'm just going to wait till they either tap out on turn 2 or wait till turn 4. Thinking about doing Vintage Cube maybe tomorrow. Why Windrobber over Miner? This thing flies. I think flying is more important. It's close. It's not a push. All right, we can hold 1 back. Need to find a push badly, though. Push me. Well, all right, touche. I guess we have Jegantha. Jegantha can save us. Might also launch the cycle. Maybe I should have. Maybe right about that. Obviously, it looks worse now that I've drawn 2 more lands, but at the time I kind of wanted to just fix my mana. Maybe that was bad. I'm gonna wait, because if they have Cruise, they can cast it either way. They can just go consider Graveyard and then Cruise. So it doesn't really matter if I Hearse now. Okay, well, now that they've already gone to combat, I can do it. Seems great with Marchesa. See, you would think that, but, like, the issue is it's just, like, more expensive. Like, you know what I mean? You have to pay mana for the Miner, and you have to pay mana for the Marchesa. So it's, I don't know. It's a little awkward. All right, Jeff, how has Tinybones been? Not sure I'm a huge fan of either Tinybones or Marchesa. Those cards, like, I don't know, they're good when they're good, but I think they're a little bit too situational, if that makes sense. But, I mean, the theory behind Tinybones is strong, right? You're milling them with Thought-Thief, you're milling them with Thieves Guild Enforcer, and you can find stuff for Tinybones. It's just kind of hard to get them through sometimes. But, I mean, you do have a decent amount of removal with, like, Push Drown to get the Tinybones through. People have been asking about Forsaken Miner. I've not tried it. You could maybe play it over Windrobber. Swamp, go. Okay, we're going to attack. Hold up the Thought-Thief. Alright, I've been pushed. I have officially been pushed. Push me. Thief. Soaring Thought-Thief. We have officially read the card. Alright, your turn. You may proceed. These mismatching lands are just... I can't do it. I can't do it with the mismatching lands. Probably have to counter that. I'd rather trade for it 1-for-1 than 2-for-1. Is it still a crime when you deny Tinybones' ability? Yes, because you're still targeting the card. Even if you choose not to cast it, you are still, I guess... Doesn't it just make more sense to play Thought-Thief and let it resolve? It's 2 damage, right? Like, the other option is counter and then play Thought-Thief, but it's the same thing, just minus 2 damage. I think I'd rather just have the 2 damage. Oh, sure, okay. Yeah, so I guess Tinybones is good with Marchesa, because even if you're not casting the spell, you're still committing a crime. Even if you're not, like, getting a bunch of value off Tinybones, just the fact that it still commits crimes is important. If you have Marchesa, of course. But, like, I almost feel like if you're gonna do that... maybe you want more ways to, like, more crime payoffs. So, Forsaken Miner could be an idea. And, you know, now that I'm thinking about it more, maybe we should try Miner over Windrobber. Like, I know it doesn't have flying, but it hits a little bit harder, and it's much better with Tinybones, and if you're doing the Marchesa stuff. So, it might be worth considering. One more time, second time, next playlist. Little playlist change. Fable. Yeah, it's good with Fable. Discard Miner to Fable and then trigger it. Yeah. There's some cool stuff you can do with Forsaken Miner. And it is a rogue, so... question is, do we play Fable or Jegantha? I think Jegantha. Because if we draw a 2-drop, we can double spell next turn. Takinuma. I hit a Shelly. It's kind of rude. Alright, Shelly jump scare. Shelly confirmed. Shelly Gyre Reach. Alright, give me a drown in the Loch, please. I would like 1 drown, please. You just gotta ask for it, man, you know? You just gotta ask for it. Magic is an easy game if you just ask for the card that you want to draw, you know? Easy. When you're running hot, you're running hot. There's no way to stop it. Does that come with the streamer account? Yes. The answer is yes. Yeah, I had mentioned the other day that I still haven't gotten my God account, but maybe they just put the God account on my normal account. I think that's what's happening. Well, that's the thing. This is the streamer account. Are they chumping or are they going to 1? I thought about trading. Tinybones got a lot of fuel. A lot of fuel for the Tinybones. I could have kept Tinybones in hand, but I kind of don't want to discard a creature anyways. Yeah, it's perfect. You can have mana. Yeah, take their Shieldred. Alright, Mono Black Waste Knot. What do we want against them? Probably don't want Fatal Push. Spell Pierce seems good. Thoughtseize, maybe? I don't know. I'm generally not a huge fan of Thoughtseize, because the biggest issue with the Waste Knot matchup, like, the whole concept of their deck is get you Hellbent and go into top deck wars, and this is one of the worst top decks. But it is good early to help take Waste Knot, because our deck can't remove a Waste Knot from the battlefield. Like, we have no disenchants. I guess we could play Blot Out too, yeah. Scavenger's just like a random idiot. I don't think I want random idiots. Answer to Shieldred is nice, though. Let's try this. I love the 4 Spell Pierces. Yeah, Aclazotz too. They usually play Aclazotz. Hand's great. Perfect. I will say, we have been drawing very well with this deck. The opening hands have been phenomenal. Now, do we lead with Thoughtseize or Tinybones? I think because of Waste Knot, I'm going to lead with Thoughtseize. I guess we have more time to find an answer for Shieldred. We kind of already have an answer in hand, too. I'm going to take the Trespasser. Take the Thoughtseize out as well, and I personally have 2 Negate into Stroke and bring in. Yeah, more counter spells would be good. Alright, definitely a Thought-Thief turn. Probably just slamming Marchesa on 3. Thankfully, we have 2 basics. That's kind of awkward. Ah, the old Liliana Pass. So what do we know is in their hand? We know they have land Shieldred. Okay, let's think about this. I mean, I'm going to cast the Thought-Thief, obviously, but, like, under what card could be their last card? Because we know about 2 of them. What circumstance, like, what does that last card have to be that they don't want to discard it? Waste Knot would make sense, yeah. So then their plan next turn is go, like, Waste Knot Uptick. So this might actually be a good turn to just go attack Liliana for 1, play Tinybones, pass. Because I think Waste Knot's the only logical explanation as to why they didn't want to plus. And now if they downtick, we can just sack Tinybones, but they're going to go Waste Knot Uptick, right? They could field me, but again, I have an island and a swamp, so they can't cut me off casting Drown. Okay, that's fine. That I am totally okay with. Okay, so I sack Tinybones here? Oh, no I don't. I sack this, right? We just go sack this, kill this end step, untap, play land, attack, play their Shieldred. Yeah. You like that? My Shieldred now. I would like your Shieldred, please. I'll take your Shieldred. Thank you very much. Yoink! See, the thing is, we can't play Shieldred because we're playing Jegantha, but we can just take theirs, you know? Yeah, they have Takenuma too, which they can't even use to get back the Shieldred because we just took it. Oh, man. Upkeep stop, upkeep stop. Got it just in time. Destroy target creature. I wanted to draw land there. They don't play 1 mana permanents that I can hit off of Tinybones, so there's no reason to cast the Enforcer now, I think. Right? Land would have been so sick there to cast their Liliana. God. Unfortunate. They played the Takenuma too, so now they can't even get back the Shieldred. Yeah, we needed to draw land there to get back Liliana. I mean, it was definitely right to kill the Shieldred. I guess I could have taken a draw step before they did that. I mean, this is a massacre, though. Yeah, the one time where Tinybones looks good. The last match of the league. I mean, it's better late than never, you know? And I gotta say, it looked really good this game. Tinybones coming in clutch. You want to draw a card? I accept. They also didn't even hold up Field of Ruin. I'm gonna attack. I think there are better cards for the Marchesa slot. I kind of agree, yeah. Oh, I thought they were dead. Okay, I'll cast Liliana because it's more demoralizing. I don't know why I thought they were dead. Oh, now they're literally dead, right? Because even if they drew a removal spell. I don't need this Fable. I guess they could theoretically draw Cling to Dust and then gain life with the Shelly trigger on the stack. Okay, they're just doing this. Okay, sure. Cool. Alright, 4-1, only losing to Phoenix. Man, this deck felt really good. Because this one's a banger. Yeah, so obviously deck felt very impressive. You know, the only games we lost were to Phoenix. The cards that I'm not generally a huge fan of were the 3 Steps Ahead and the Marchesas. I'm not quite sure what those would be replaced with, but potentially some other sort of 3-mana card advantage card, or maybe you just go, like, maybe you don't cut the Marchesas entirely, you just trim on them. The other thing worth considering is Forsaken Miner over Windrobber, because it hits a little bit harder, and I guess if you're going to keep the Marchesas, having Forsaken Miner is pretty good, because you can discard Forsaken Miner to Fable, and then if you commit a crime, you can trigger Marchesa and trigger the Forsaken Miner, so something to keep in mind there. I wouldn't hate the 4th copy of Thoughtseize and the 4th copy of Push, like maybe over the 2-3 steps ahead. And yeah, Tinybones showed up too. It was really good that last game. So yeah, deck was great. Thanks again to Sir Eccles for submitting the donation. If you're watching us on YouTube, I hope you had a great time. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube.